let's enjoy this happy day. Eid Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate. Eid Saeed, let's enjoy this happy day. Eid Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate, celebrate, let's celebrate. Allah, Allah, thank you for this day.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Many congratulations on the anniversary of the wedding of Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam and Hazrat al-Zahra salamullah alayha. The relationship of Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam and Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra salamullah alayha basically teaches us something that is very necessary for us. And if we can learn from those teachings, it will help us in living a good life, especially for the couples. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Hunna libasun lakum wa antum libasun lahun, which means that your wives are the garments onto you and you are the garments onto them. Which means that if I am wearing a garment, I should be protecting that, I should be taking caring of that, I should be keeping that clean, I should be keeping that safe from the, obviously, the dirt and other things which are out there. And when I take off my clothes, I really care about these clothes. The spouses or the husband and wife are like clothes, like garments. They protect each other, they take care of each other, they are basically, they sacrifice for each other, they sacrifice from their wishes, from the things that they like sometimes, and then they give preference to the other person who is the spouse, maybe the husband or the wife.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله لو لم يخلق علي لم يكن لفاطمة كفء.
We see this sacrifice in the life of Imam Ali and Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra salamullah alayha. For example, it is said in the history that once Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam did not have anything at home, and Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra salamullah alayha, she didn't say anything to Imam Ali. When he found out, he went out and he borrowed 1 dinar from one of his friends. When he was coming back on the way, he saw Miqdad, who was crying in the street because of the hunger, because his wife, his children were hungry. So Imam gave that coin to Miqdad and he said, you need this more than me. And after that, he went to the mosque to pray. There he prayed behind the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then Prophet turned to him after the prayers and said, "O Ali, for yourself, will you invite me to your house?" Imam Ali became quiet. After some time, the Prophet asked again that, "O Ali, why you're not asking me?" He said, "You're most welcome, you're the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." So he took the Prophet to his home. When they entered the house, there was nothing in the house before, but when they entered, Imam Ali smelled a good smelling of the food. And then he saw that Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra salamullah alayha is basically, she is praying on the mat. And then he asked the Fatima al-Zahra salamullah alayha, where did this food came from? Then Prophet replied him, "Oh Ali, you sacrificed yourself, the things that you had, you gave it that 1 dinar to Miqdad. Therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said this food for you." So obviously when we live our lives for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we sacrifice ourselves for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah give us the best reward. Even though in this situation we see that Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra salamullah alayha never complained about this life to the Prophet. She was always happy. She was always in the state of happiness. She always thanked to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because Allah has made her the spouse or couple for Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam. They both were the heavenly people.
Children are wearing new clothes, bright colors fill the streets, their faces full of laughter, their pockets full of sweets. Let us rejoice indeed, this is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed, for this is the day of Eid.
So basically, this couple is a holy couple. It teaches us that if you sacrifice yourself for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you sacrifice, if you see there are shortages in your house and then you ignore them because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will give you reward. And the most important thing which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us is the peace. Today we see in the West, people do not have peace. They are in stress. They're using different medications in order to get that peace. Sometimes we see some people go for yoga exercises in order to get that spirituality, that peace. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put this peace in the house for the husband and wife. If the husband ignores something that are related to his wife, he will be in peace. He will get that inner peace, that spirituality which he needs. And we have a story about Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra salamu alayha, that Allah, because she served her husband, because she knew her responsibilities that she had within the house, because she accepted those responsibilities and she managed her house in a way that it should be, Allah made her Sayyidatun Nisa'il Alameen. May Allah give us all tawfiq to live according to the lives of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wassalam, because they are our role models, inshaAllah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.